Have you ever been there? You set this huge, exciting goal for yourself, and you're all in for about a week. And then, poof, it just fizzles out. Well, today we're going to talk about a simple, almost ridiculously easy way to build habits that actually stick around for good.
So let's just get right to it. Why does this keep happening? Why do our biggest, most inspiring goals, I'm going to read 50 books this year, or this is the year I finally write that novel, why do they so often just completely fall apart before we even really get started?
Well, it's because most of us fall into this classic trap. I like to call it the goal setting graveyard. It's this place where our all or nothing thinking sends all our best intentions. We aim for this incredible, massive goal, and when we can't do it perfectly right out of the gate, we just stop. We give up. And this really says it all, doesn't it? The expectation is so grand. I'm going to write a novel. But the reality? It's just you, a chair, and a blinking cursor on a totally blank page. The sheer size of that goal is paralyzing. It feels so huge that we don't even know where to start. And that feeling is what leads to procrastination, where one day off turns into a week and then a month. But what if the answer wasn't to dream bigger, but to start smaller? I mean, radically smaller. This is where we get to the heart of it all, the 2-minute gateway. And trust me, it's a beautifully simple idea that kind of flips everything you thought you knew about setting goals completely on its head.
So what you're looking at here is just a number, 120. What is that? Well, believe it or not, that is the number of seconds that holds the key. It's the secret to finally beating procrastination and building habits that last.
And here it is, the 2-minute gateway. It's a rule, it's a strategy. You take whatever new habit you want to build, and you just shrink it and shrink it and shrink it down until it takes less than 2 minutes to do. Now, the key here, and this is so important, is that you're not focusing on the big result. You are only, and I mean only, focused on mastering the simple art of starting. Okay, so that sounds good in theory, right? But how do we actually do it? Well, it all begins with this one simple idea. Scale it down so that showing up becomes the easiest thing you do all day. The process really couldn't be simpler. First, you name your big, intimidating goal. Let's say run a marathon. Then, step 2, you shrink it down to its tiniest possible starting point. The 2-minute version isn't running a mile or even running to the end of the block. It's just putting on your running shoes. That's it. That's the gateway. And then step 3, you just do that one thing. You show up. Because you're not just putting on shoes. You're mastering the art of starting. Okay, now here's where we add a little secret sauce to make it even more powerful. You've got your tiny 2-minute habit, but how do you make sure you actually remember to do it? Simple. You anchor it to something you're already doing anyway. This is the secret of habit stacking. I mean, think about it. So much of your day just runs on autopilot, right? You already have these deep grooves in your brain for dozens of habits. Making your coffee, brushing your teeth, changing into your pajamas. The trick is to just hijack one of those automatic behaviors and bolt your new tiny habit right onto the end of it. So a vague idea like, I should write more, becomes a crystal clear rule. After I make my morning coffee, I will write for 2 minutes. Or, I should probably stretch becomes, after I brush my teeth, I will do 2 minutes of stretching. See how specific that is? You're taking away all the guesswork. You're not trying to find the motivation. You're just letting the momentum of an old habit carry you right into the new one. So why in the world does this work? I mean, it seems almost too small, maybe even a little silly. But it's all about momentum. An object in motion stays in motion. The single hardest part of any new thing is getting off the couch and starting. This method makes starting completely frictionless. And this is the real psychological magic behind it all. The goal isn't just to put on your running shoes. The goal is to become a runner. The goal isn't to write for 2 minutes. It's to become a writer. Every single time you do that tiny ritual, you are casting a vote for a new identity. You're proving to yourself one tiny action at a time that you're the type of person who shows up. So let's just break it down. The power of 2 minutes is that it makes starting feel effortless. It kills procrastination before it can even start. Every time you do it, you're building that identity of someone who does what they say they're going to do. You're creating the ritual of showing up. And all those little actions create a chain of small wins. And that chain is what builds unstoppable momentum. If you take away just one single thing from our time together today, please let it be this. The victory isn't about finishing the marathon. The victory is just starting. It's putting on the shoes. We get so obsessed with the finish line that we totally forget that the most important step is always the first one. That's the real win. So, I'll just leave you with this question. Forget about the massive goal for just a second. Forget the novel. Forget the marathon. What is one tiny thing, something that takes less than 120 seconds, that you can do to start becoming the person you want to be? What will your 2 minutes be?